guys, it's Druella.
And Shelby.
And today we're doing our first ever Q&A. So we have a bunch of questions you guys asked us, so we're gonna start answering these. But we're not gonna give out anybody's name just because, I mean, if it was your question, feel free to comment below and call yourself out, but we didn't know if you wanted your names out there. So we're not gonna put your names out there.
Just makes it easier this way too, to just ask them and keep rolling.
Yeah. So here we are at the first ever Druella Q&A. Here's our first time ever playing our intro. Go.
Made by yours truly.
Yes, Shelby made that intro. Please comment below how you feel about it. Be sure to like this video. If Q&As are something you guys want us to do once every quarter or whatever, we'll do it. We have no issues. I'm sure you guys will come up with questions along the way. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, even though I'm shadow banned.
Why don't you follow me on Instagram? At Shelby from Vans.
I'm shadow banned, guys, which basically means I can't like, I can't comment, I can't message, and I can't post on my story. I can't post regular posts, and I'm not having a good time. Also, one last thing, if you just noticed, I tried to touch up the green, guys.
Just in time for St. Patrick's Day.
And I'm literally
She's turning
green.
into the leprechaun.
Say that shit. If you know me, I'm fucking terrified. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and let's get into this.
What was your very first horror movie you watched and your most recent one?
So the most recent movie that I watched without you yesterday was Creep. I didn't like it. And then as far as the first one, I honestly don't know. But I remember House on Haunted Hill and 13 Ghosts being favorites when I was probably like 8 years old.
First horror movie I ever watched, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the most recent horror movie I watched was Unfriended. Who is the best final girl and why?
I'm always gonna go with Sydney because I love Scream. Plus, she's just a bad bitch.
She did live through 4 movies. Yeah, I'd give it to her.
Through the fifth.
What's in the box?
What box?
Somebody asked what's in the box.
What box?
Can you send us a box and then we'll tell you what's in the box?
We'll tell you what's in that box.
We'll open it. What's your favorite DJ Party Boy 69 mix?
While I followed and subscribed on YouTube, I have not listened to anything yet, so I don't have a favorite.
I don't know either. Do you like the MTV Scream?
Yes, I like season 1 and 2. I did not like 3. I think it was trash. I think it was too short. I think they tried to be too woke. And I think that they fucking defaced Ghostface Mask.
Yeah, I like how the Scream series went a different direction with the mask and they gave it its own story and it wasn't just regurgitated over again from the movie like a lot of TV series tend to do. Yeah, season 1 and 2, good. Season 3, not good. Who's more into horror, you or Shelby? What got y'all into horror?
I've been like this my whole life. My dad is what got me into it. That's how I am exactly who I am today. I'm admitting my dad. And I would say I'm more into horror. I had a giant Jason chess piece and everything before we ever
Okay, having tattoos, I would say we're
I
even.
dedicated my life to horror along with
Okay, you're also older.
Barely.
I have been into horror for a very long time. My dad used to set up haunted houses in our garage and I would work in the haunted houses by scaring people and being in the haunted house.
I watch more horror movies than she does.
She can sit down for hours at a time. I mean, she could probably watch 12 movies in a row and be okay with it. I have like ADD or something and I can't sit down for that long without being productive or moving around.
It is productive, you're learning.
Okay, yes, I enjoy watching movies, not as much as her, so just give it to her because she's not gonna let me win this. Just give it to her. What 2021 horror movie are you looking forward to most?
Scream. Oh, that's next year! It's 2021.
I love horror!
When does it come out?
2022.
What day?
January something.
14th. It's stupid. I've heard that The Exorcist will be put out this year, but I mean, honestly, I haven't seen any updates on it. I haven't seen any trailers, nothing. But it is only March, so hopefully that still releases this year. But that's probably the biggest one that I've heard of coming out this year that I want to see.
This isn't a movie, but the Child's Play TV series is rumored to come out this year, and if it doesn't this year, next year, so I'm gonna count that. Do you like scary movies?
Yes.
Yes. What's one dream collectible you want in your collection?
I want the Trick or Treat Studios Glen, and I would also like to get, there's a Ghostface animatronic that came out in what year? It was at Spirit Halloween.
2010 or even 2009 or something like
It's
that.
like 10 years old, and I want him.
There's also a phone. When you pick it up, it has
He's like,
what's your favorite scary movie? But they're both from Spirit and they're like 10 years old. All three of the Trick or Treat Studios, Chucky, Tiffany, and Glenn.
they all look so good. They're like $500
So good.
each, guys.
That's just because
Who would you get first? I would want Glenn first, or Tiffany.
I would want Tiffany just because we have this already. That's a nice thing to have. I think our Tiffany isn't the best looking, so I would go for Tiffany first. Because you
When
have...
she wakes up, she's coming for you.
Okay, well that Chucky, that fucking... The Glenn doll she has is from, what year is that? 2004?
Yeah, he's like 04.
And it's worth like $400, so he's cool. He's
Still has
cool.
his tags and
Yeah.
everything. If
Tiffany-
you're not following us on Instagram, go follow us on Instagram at _Jarella, where you can see where I took him to the park.
What got you into horror and what was your first horror movie?
My daddy.
We kind of actually already answered this. But we just are, as cliche as it sounds, we're both just spooky bitches. That's
Weird.
just-
Like,
yeah.
I really don't think anybody in this community was the popular bitch in school. I don't know. I mean, my dad loved them. I loved my dad. I started out watching them to impress my dad, and then I was like, wait a second.
And I've just always had an infatuation with Halloween, and so it kind of moved into horror movies, obviously. What was your very first horror movie you watched and your most recent one? Cycle back to the other question. How do you afford your horror collection?
My 9-to-5 job.
Yes, we both work full-time jobs outside of this.
We're trying to dedicate our life to this, so please be sure to subscribe and comment and like, because I would love to quit my 9-to-5.
I wouldn't quit mine.
I would quit mine and I would go
She
work
would
somewhere I
quit
like.
hers in a heartbeat. Would you ever consider doing horror movie reviews?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I
absolutely.
would. Whenever we do get to the point where this can be most of what we do and we can put more into this, more time to film, edit, whatnot, I do want to do a 356 days of horror where every single day we
can put out a
review
video.
a new horror video, even if it's just for 1 year. I mean, obviously we can't keep that up forever, but that'd be really cool to do for a year.
But it would be like a little mini series on the side of like our every Sunday.
Yes, of course. Every Sunday we'd still have our Sunday video out. It would just be little.
A little short. Explain the rarity of certain items in your collection and the different common brands. So I think this is a really good question for anyone just coming into this or trying to learn more about collecting. What do you think is the most sought after brand when it comes to collecting in horror?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, I feel like everybody has their own individual thing. You have the upscale stuff like Trick or Treat. NECA is pretty affordable, but everything they put out seems to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Things that are autographed seem to be very sought after. You definitely want to make sure you have some sort of certificate of authenticity or like the Beckett seal on the bottom of the photograph itself.
Mhm.
I mean, it really depends. Like, because to me, the $20 Ghostface Toonie Terror is worth more than a lot in here because I like Ghostface so much.
Yeah, so I would say it just depends from person to person. We have a lot of sought after things in our collection, but it really just differs. I mean, there's sideshow collectibles. Like she said, there's Trick or Treat Studios, there's NECA,
Let's go.
Mezco, Fun World that makes the Ghostface masks. Some of those masks are worth like $500. And it really just varies from thing to thing and movie franchise to movie franchise. Once you get into animatronics, there's thousands of dollars. And once you get into signed things of even people who have passed away, there's so many different levels to it that I think we would need a whole video to just break down what we think
In
about
our
all of these
collection.
things.
Yeah, and one in our collection would be
What's the most valuable thing to you?
in our collection?
Yes.
Either Glenn or my Billy Loomis mask.
I think mine, I'm always drawn back to like stuff like this. If that's something that you see in a movie and you own it, that's cool as hell. Like it's a good guy's doll. What's a 10 horror movie starter list?
Scream 1, 2, 3, 4.
One more.
And then I would recommend Harry.
Child's Play, It, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Shining.
Yeah. That's a good start.
Those are musts.
It's gonna introduce you into classic.
Between slashers, psychological, monsters, whatever. What?
I said those are the 10 movies.
Watch those. How do you get into horror collecting and horror in general?
My daddy.
We've answered this 3 times, yeah. We've just always been into it. Want to know how you got into horror in the first place?
My daddy.
We've always been into it. But it's very interesting that everyone has the same question.
All I can think about when I see my hands is a leprechaun and I'm scared.
She hates the leprechaun. What's your least favorite horror movie?
The leprechaun, I fucking fucking hate him. It's not like I couldn't even tell you if it's like a bad movie or not. He just scares the shit out of me, so I'm not gonna watch it. It's just not gonna happen. I watched it when I was little, and that's enough. Moving on.
This is an unpopular opinion, but I don't like Pinhead. I think.
Oh my god, yes, Hellraiser.
I think that anybody who likes it, it's cool, but like it's not my favorite. But I'll still collect Pinhead stuff. It's just a cult classic.
If you follow us on Instagram, you already knew I didn't like Hellraiser.
How's everything going? Not specifically with the channel, but like in general.
First of all, I love you.
Yeah, much love.
Second of all, I was pretty good. Like, I mean, everything I do is for this channel anyways. I like live, breathe horror. So I go to work and I think about coming home and doing stuff for YouTube.
That's all she ever talks about. I mean, I'm good.
I hope you're good.
I don't have any complaints. We were talking about this last night, actually, how we have everything that we could ever want and need. What's your favorite horror movie of all time?
Scream.
Child's Play. Or Nightmare on Elm Street. There's a very close tie between those two.
Mine's Scream.
What motivated you to do a horror channel?
So I already had a YouTube channel that was kind of just aimless, doing little dumb shit with my sister. And then one day I was like, why don't I just do what I love, which is horror? I mean, anything horror, and see what happened.
What's one living dead doll you want in your collection?
Annabelle.
Jason.
Oh yeah, I want the little sackhead Jason. He's
Sackhead
cute.
Jason from part 2, I think it is. How did you get your name?
Daddy. My dad. My dad's name is Drew. My mom always called me Drewella because I am such a mini my father, and I just went with it and ran. It's on my shins. I'm gonna get it redone.
This is why I'm here. What was the first piece you bought for your collection?
I don't know. Do you know?
I bought you that Pennywise with the lightning bug, wherever it is.
Yeah, but then what did we buy? It could have been a Living Dead doll, maybe?
You
that
know
was
what?
one of the earlier things.
It was when we were in Spencer's and I was like, these are on sale for like $12. Should we buy them? And this is when we weren't into this, so it was like, should we or should we not, or is this stupid?
Yeah, and then we did, and then we didn't stop.
Yeah.
Like, we came home and we were like, maybe we should. Yes, we got them, and then I was like, this channel should be a
The channel has direction!
It is purpose. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Okay. Wow, that was a good little memory to have.
Do you plan to sell your collection?
Fuck no.
What the hell? What do you have planned in the future for Drewella? What's your end goal?
Fame. Fortune. I want to be a known name. I want people to say Drewella and know exactly who the fuck that is.
A known name in horror.
I want to be a horror YouTube icon. And I want to release a lot of merch so y'all can all walk around and y'all have Drewella on. And we're all just this big fuckery of Drewellian. We don't know a name yet. Don't think it was a good idea.
End goal? Yeah, just that. What do we have planned in the future for Drewella?
Merch.
New camera.
Merch.
New camera. I want a new camera so bad. How does it feel to have the subscribers and following that you do?
Great.
It's cool.
I have built this. People recognize me. Sometimes. Very rare. But, I mean, we're just getting there. And I've worked really hard at pushing out my link and
sometimes she won't talk to me for hours because she's
I'm
so
just
busy.
like trying to push it out, promote it out.
And I mean that in the least condescending way possible. Like, I won't see her face or emotion or any kind of communication for hours. And I'll clean the house and I'll do whatever, but she is talking, sending, doing whatever she can.
And I'm trying my best to respond to most people. Unless you come at me in a really weird, creepy way, I'm gonna respond to you. I try my best to talk to as many people as I can. I do want it to be a personal thing as much as it can be.
What do you plan for your subscribers in the future?
Lots of giveaways.
We like to give stuff away.
I love giving stuff away. It feels good.
How long have you and Shelby been together?
I wasn't on there.
What?
Oh my god. A year, guys. A year and a month.
Start promoting Patreon.
Guys, we have a Patreon. Patreon. How do you say it?
Patreon.
We have a Patreon. We do. I mean, it's got tiers with different things, and I'm not the best at running it or promoting it yet because I'm still learning everything I'm doing.
I can help with that.
We have one, and we can link it below if y'all are interested. But that is it. That is the questions we had today. We hope that you learned something about us, and we hope that we answered your question and that you hopefully liked our answer. If not, we're sorry, but we love you anyway. I know I keep saying it, but the next video we will have whatever the name that we're going to start calling you guys is. This time we have an intro. Next time we have an intro and a name. And we're sorry, and I'm sorry I'm shadow banned, and I'm really upset about it. So please subscribe and watch and share my pictures and help me bring people to this channel because I can't do it right now, and I'm sad.
One small shadow ban for men one giant leap into the future for Druella kind.
That's a real quote. Look it up.